You're standing at the gate. Boarding has begun. People are lining up, scanning their passes, rolling their bags down the jet bridge. You step forward, scan yours, and the light flashes red. The agent looks up with that tight, apologetic smile that tells you everything you need to know. I'm sorry. This flight is oversold. You've been denied boarding. Your stomach drops. You bought a ticket. You showed up on time. You followed every rule. And somehow, the airline still sold your seat to someone else. But here's the part most travelers never hear. This moment isn't a glitch. It isn't a mistake. It's the result of a system built deliberately, shaped by economics, psychology, regulation, and decades of trial and error. And if you understand how that system works, you can protect yourself, and sometimes even profit from it. Let's pull back the curtain. An airline seat is one of the most perishable products in the world. Once the cabin door closes, that seat evaporates. It can never be sold again. In an industry where margins are razor thin, empty seats are financial poison. This is the foundation of overbooking. Seats go empty all the time. Business travelers change plans. Passengers misconnect. People cancel late, or simply don't show up. Airlines realized they could predict these no-shows with surprising accuracy. If 10 people typically don't show up, they can sell 10 extra tickets, and most of the time, the math works. Overbooking wasn't invented to be cruel. It was invented to solve a statistical problem. Economists had already mapped out the logic of overbooking decades before airlines openly embraced it. Early models in the 1950s showed how to balance revenue against the risk of bumping passengers. By the early 1970s, core principles had emerged to guide airline pricing. Airlines now had academic backing for something they were already doing informally, and that's when things started to get bumpy. Before overbooking became a polished algorithm and a polite "we're looking for volunteers," it was chaos. In the 1950s, the 60s, and even into the 70s, bumping wasn't a managed process. It was a quiet ambush. You'd show up with a confirmed ticket and be told, "There's no seat for you." No compensation, no apology, no process. This is the part of the story airlines don't like to talk about. Publicly, they denied that overbooking existed. Privately, however, it was a known problem. One major airline ranked which passengers should be bumped first. At the top of the list were the elderly and armed services members because they were the least likely to complain. Another airline instructed employees to never use the words oversale or overbooked within earshot of passengers. Instead, they were told to use a euphemism, revenue coordination. This wasn't a system of rights. It was a system of convenience. As bumping became more common, passengers fought back and made things worse. If you knew flights were oversold, you would double book, maybe even triple book. From the passenger's perspective, it was self-defense. From the airline's perspective, it looked like a spike in no-shows. And that created a vicious cycle. More bumping, more fake bookings, more overbooking, more bumping. The system was eating itself alive. By the 1970s, the situation exploded into public view. Newspapers ran horror stories. Congress held hearings. Regulators were flooded with complaints. Everyone agreed the system was broken, and that's when a radical idea resurfaced. In the 1960s, economist Julian Simon proposed something revolutionary. Instead of forcing passengers off flights, airlines should run a reverse auction. Ask for volunteers. Let passengers name their price. Take the lowest bids first. His idea wasn't received with open arms. Airlines laughed him out of the room. Regulators ignored him. But Simon was right. In 1978, regulators revived Simon's idea and made it mandatory. Airlines now had to ask for volunteers, offer compensation, raise the offer until enough people stepped forward, and use involuntary bumping only as a last resort. It was the turning point. The results were immediate. Oversales increased, involuntary bumping plummeted, complaints collapsed. For the first time, the system worked for everyone. Today, overbooking models analyze no-show patterns, weather, connection banks, fare classes, and passenger history. The goal is simple: sell just enough extra seats to fill the plane, without triggering involuntary bumping. But even perfect math can't eliminate human emotion. A 2021 study found if passengers are informed before leaving home, reactions are mild. If they're informed at the gate, anger spikes. If they're informed on the plane, compensation demands can increase by up to 500%. The timing of the message matters as much as the message itself. Should you get bumped, whether voluntarily or involuntarily, you have rights. If you volunteer, it's a negotiation. Airlines can offer cash, travel vouchers, meals, hotels, and confirmed seats on later flights. There's no legal limit to how high the offer can go. However, if you're bumped involuntarily and you met all check-in requirements, the airline must compensate you in cash or equivalent, not just vouchers. You're also entitled to rebooking or a refund, and the amount depends on how long you're delayed. You might even walk away with a better deal than you expected. While you can't eliminate the risk of involuntary bumping, you can dramatically reduce it. Passengers should check in early, avoid basic economy, get a seat assignment, join the loyalty program, avoid tight connections, fly earlier in the day, and avoid peak travel days. These small choices push you higher in the priority list. Here's the part most people never expect. Overbooking actually benefits passengers. Fewer empty seats mean lower fares. More available seats means more convenience. Fuller planes mean fewer flights and lower emissions. Passengers get compensated for the inconvenience, and planes fly full. It's one of the rare win-win moments in air travel. While overbooking isn't going away, the experience is about to change dramatically. Some airlines already ask passengers at check-in what compensation they'd accept. This lets algorithms pre-select volunteers before anyone reaches the gate. Solve the problem early, and the anger disappears. The future of overbooking is simple. Fewer last-minute surprises, more proactive communication, more personalized offers, more predictable outcomes, less frustration for passengers, lower costs for airlines. Overbooking won't disappear, but the friction will. Slowly replaced by a smoother, quieter, almost invisible process. One where the system anticipates problems before they reach you. If you want more breakdowns like this, hit that like button and subscribe. Safe travels, and may your flights always be just full enough.